Yes, hello guys, welcome in. It is the circuit of the Americas here today. Do you know what? Shall we go through the track map, Alex? Because I'm excited to get in. It's round three of Purple Sector Championship from Grid Finder, and we're live here today. Yeah, well, let's have a look. I think the audio is fine. Can you speak for us, please?
Absolutely.
There
Circuit of
we
the
go.
Americas, 5.513 kilometers, 3.4 miles. And designer Herman Tilk, just like all the other tracks he's done, such as what's the one I literally just commentated the other day? I forgot already. But there was another one which he designed, and he's an iconic circuit designer. That was China. It was China he's also designed. Corners 20, 11 to the left, and 9 to the right. 41-meter elevation change, 11% gradient uphill at turn number 1, and the sector 1 breakdown. We've got a steep uphill left-hander, and the blind apex of turn number 1, and then you've got the high-speed acids inspired by Silverstone's Magnussen Beckett's, and it demands stability and aero efficiency. In that middle sector, you've obviously got a long back straight main overtaking opportunity into the heavy braking zone at turn number 12. We've got the mix of medium speed corners through the stadium section. And then in sector 3, you've got the tight and technical wide camber changes, multi-apex corner, and the final corner is crucial for the DRS on the exit of turn number 20 and lap time overall. So yes, Circuit America's great lap, great track, and we're going to see some great overtakes, I'm sure of that one, and battling overall.
Absolutely. Let's get into the action then. Qualifying is underway, and Aero Squid is going to be the first one to set a lap time here at the Circuit of the Americas. Aero Squid got 13 drivers, which is improvement from the last couple of weeks. So let's keep pushing for better attendance. Hopefully we'll see a full grid at least a couple of times before the end of the season. But yeah, here we go. Aero Squid into turn 1, Mr. Bagman.
Let's have a look then with Mr. Aero Squid as he goes round the blind left-hander of the uphill gradient at turn number 1 as we fly past turn number 2 and into the Magnussen Beckett's inspired turn 3, 4, 5 and 6 as then into a quick left of turn number 7 and then uphill for turn number 8, another blind apex on the exit past turn number 10 and downhill all the way to turn number 11 past a detection point, which is around about here, which we'll look out for when we get into the race. Then another hairpin at turn number 11 and down the straight we go to turn number 12, and now 1.1 kilometers on this straight and the DRS all the way down to turn number 12. Let's see what happens in this qualifying session today, Ben. Who can grab at pole position as we fly past turn number 12 on the power once again into turn number 13, go down second gear, let the car roll through and get through the gears once again. Now down second once again, get the car to rotate through turn number 15, and now flats around the triple apex corner of turn 16, 17 and turn number 18. As now into the fast turn 19, very tricky track limits on the exit, but yeah, manage it relatively secure as Aero Squid comes around turn number 20, DRS wide open, and across the line we go to 1 minute 33.857, Ben.
Yeah, you were going to say Aero secure then. But Haringas invalidates on the final corner. That must be so frustrating for him. Let's have a look. The Alpine. I'm just going to say Reese has invalidated, unfortunately. Nate goes to the top of the timing sheets. Woolly Blobs now. He's looking to make it 3 out of 3 wins. It's been fantastic the first couple of rounds, winning by some margin. So Woolly Blobs, can he do it again in the V carb? And he's got one step closer already as he's on provisional pole position.
And provisional pole position by an absolute margin. 8 tenths clear at the top. Can anybody else try and beat it? Is I Jarvis on a lap? So is True Loki God. And Ag the Gamer, I think he's going for another one after invalidating his... Oh, he's on his out lap anyway. So yeah, Ag the Gamer will be going for that first lap out there. But man furthest up the order is Isaiah Jarvis as we head around the long right-hander of turn 16, 17 and turn number 18. And into turn number 19, down to 5th gear and flying quickly on that power once again into the final corner. Isaiah Jarvis in the Aston Martin, DRS wide open, and Tourline slots it into P7 and 2 thousandths above his teammate Larry. And we know Isaiah Jarvis and Larry are so close together, and it's really cool to see both the Estadar guys in the Aston Martin and the teammates. They're just so close. It's lovely to see that.
True
Nice.
Loki God goes into P7 as well, right on board with Reese, I believe. Let's go for Reese in the Alpine, down in P12, one of the 3 people yet to set a lap time as he comes down the long back straight. That DRS, absolutely crucial, and he's using the hot lap. However, I've been told before my PSGL race that you only want to use medium at most tracks, I believe. Yeah, hot lap would actually lose you about 3 tenths. So yeah, just a little tip for everyone there. I'd put it in medium.
Yeah, hot lap is pretty useless on this game. You want to be a medium or overtake, and that's the way it is. Because on the exit corners, medium is so much better than hot lap, and hot lap just drains the allowance you get per lap, and it's just pointless compared to rather saving the battery than using that bit of overtake when you can. Aggregator puts it into P10, Reese puts it into P12, and Harry Train is the final guy to set that first lap of the day in the Kick Sauber, making his way down to turn number 12.
Oh, you've got a different name again. You've got Harry Train. I've got Haringas 1. So there we go, Haringas, all in capitals.
Right,
so
nice
there we
one.
go. Just in case I say that, Alex, that you know.
Why is it different then?
I don't know, but
That
woolly
is-
blobs.
Oh, it's because you probably got them added, innit?
Yeah, probably. I've got woolly blobs at top B1.
I've
You've
got
Josh Woolley, and you've got Harry Train. I've got Haringas at bottom. There we go.
Right, I'll keep it in mind, and you lot keep it in mind in the chat as well. If he says Haringas and I say Harry Train, it's the same person. If he says Woolly Blobs and I say Josh Woolley, they're the same people. Don't worry about that one. DRS, here we go for Mr. Harry Train, or something what he on about.
Haringas.
Yeah, puts it into P12.
Hang on,
in
Woolly
the Kick
Blobs
Sauber.
gone purple through the middle sector. So let's see what he can do around a long winding right-hander. It just feels like it's never ending, as Martin Munn will say, with that corner. But here we go, fast left-hander there. Keep it in track limits, which he's done nicely, and use all the curb, entry, mid-corner, and exit, but he's in MSKC Cruisers, that's where he is.
Oh, he's took a cruise, and he took it right into the barriers, closely anyway. There was a crunch with the boards, but Josh Woolley keeps it out. And he's only 8 tenths clear anyway, you know. It's not like he's exactly under pressure. Unless Venkus pulls the lap together. Shadow puts it into P2. Well, that's a bit more pressure on him. Only 3 tenths now. Venkus does improve. There's a 32.656.
Oh.
And at the moment, it's Josh Woolley, Shadow, then Venkus. Go on, Ben.
True Loki Gods, I'm not too... I'm genuinely not sure how he's ended up there, because he's on a straight.
How's he actually... What, I don't really know, to be honest, how he's there. But it's alright. He's not killed anyone, so happy days.
Yeah, well, AG the Gamer is on a lap, just winding himself through the S's now. And yeah, do you know, Alex? I've got to mention it once. This is going to be my only time mentioning it this stream. Oasis are back.
Oh yeah, I don't even know why I didn't know. Yeah,
Oasis
might be,
are well and truly back, first show in Cardiff tonight, and I can't wait to watch it.
Nice one. Anyway, Ag the Gamer is flying down to turn number 12. This takes my interest more than Oasis, this race. I'm not gonna lie, Ben.
Do you know what? Same. Until they come on.
Right, yeah, nice one. Ag the Gamer was improved by 3 tenths. He actually lost a bit of time in that first sector. He's got to lose a bit more time there as well after rear end decided just to step out of the room.
Good song is that by Oasis, Step Out, great tune.
Oh my.
Sorry.
It's never going to end. It's never going to end. Someone ban him. Right, Ag the Gamer.
Sorry.
Is it Ag the Gamer? Is it Sandbag the Gamer? As he just invalidated his lap time?
I see what you've well and truly done there. Reese is going around the final couple of corners now. He's actually backed off. So let's have a ride on board with our Larry here as he navigates the S's in Sector 1. Sector 2, sorry, he's already finished Sector 1. He's now...
Yeah, he has.
Is this technically a hairpin, this corner, this left-hander here?
Yes, of course it's a hairpin.
Okay. So he's coming through the airplane, gets the foot flat to the floor. He's used quite a lot of his battery so far. I'm not sure if that is the strategy that you want to go for, but he's got the DRS wide open. He's going to have about 20% coming into the final sector here.
Yeah, Larry, I've seen him struggle, to be honest, with battery in the last few qualifying sessions we've had. He's up by 2/10 though, and his Jarvis, his teammate, only 2,000th ahead. I think that's his main rival for the season, to be honest. But at the moment, it's Josh Woolley, Shadow, and Venkus can Larry Ryan contend in that top 5. Let's have a look where we go on the triple apex right-hander and into the final 2 corners of turn 19 and turn number 20.
Yeah, he's used all his
Larry,
battery. Yeah, look.
Once again, yeah, he's just used it all.
Crash.
Oh my golly gosh.
Code Brown.
I mean, I nearly died inside with what I've just seen there, because I was riding on board as well. Oh,
Yeah.
Goodness gracious me. We had a heart attack.
Serious code,
Anyway,
code
Larry,
Brown.
he's just went 2/10 at the top. Oh, wow. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Besides Jarvis is on the mediums. Now, I'm not sure why he's doing that,
He did it last week as well.
Unless he's struggling with temperature on this game. He's still used to throwing the car in, but surely Sauce is still better despite... Yeah, Shadow's on an out lap anyway, so we'll ride on ball with him when he starts his lap. Venkus on an out lap as well. When his Woolly Blob's going to come out. Is he going to wait till the very dying embers of this session? As Saya Jarvis does improve very slightly, but it's only... he stays P9 actually, he was in P9, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was in P9. Feel like, oh, where's Nate off? He's off a little trip on one off. Down in P6. So you ride on board with them, please.
I'm having a look at Andreas Ch09 in P11. He's coming through the S's, and that's a... Oh, I love cinematic camera, even though he's invalidated. It just looks amazing.
I like the one that goes off at Crest.
Yeah. Shall we get on the... Shall we get on
wait.
it?
Shall we wait?
Yeah. There, here we go.
Go on.
The next shot, is it?
Here we go.
There it is.
Oh, there it is, folks. That is it. Is the flag there? I can't really see it. I don't think there's the flag on the game, is there? Because it's normally a Texas flag. And happy
retired.
Independence Day.
Why are we having so many drivers retire?
I don't know. Maybe I just fancy it.
True Loki God went off on the straight there, and Venkus has gone off the straight there as well. So we're riding ball with Shadow, who's just going through the final corner now to start his next flying lap, and he could be a potential challenger to Woolly Blobs here for pole position. Provisional right now, but it could be at the end as well.
Absolutely. It's Shadow into the blind crest of turn number 1. And yeah, happy Independence Day to all those Americans, freedom and that. What's a kilometre? And yeah, Shadow flying through that first sector, left, right, good night. And into turn number 7. Around turn number 8, he's actually down by just under a tenth of a second. But, oh, that's a bit close on the rears, and that's an invalidation for Shadow.
Yep, not ideal. Who else is on a lap? Is Larry starting a new lap? I believe he might be, you know. He's coming now into sector 3. Is he up? No, he's a tenth and a half down, but we'll keep on board with him until Woolly Blobs crosses the line to start his next flying lap.
Which he'll do around about now.
Absolutely. So Woolly Blobs into turn 1. What can he do? Can he improve on his 32.145? Are we going to see the driver into the 31s this session? He's currently 3 tenths clear of P2 anyway, but Woolly Blobs looking to improve. He's firstly got to go through sector 1 without invalidating Mr. Fagan, hasn't he?
Yeah, which is absolutely nailing so far. He looks so comfortable riding all curbs and nearly flat out for most of this section anyway, and it's just mesmerising to see how much pace. I've jinxed him.
Commentator's curse. Come on.
There we go. It's always there, the commentator's curse. Every single week in, week out, he's got his summit. But yes.
Still said out lap.
It does, doesn't it? That is strange. He did that earlier, actually, as well. And that was with, I think it was Nate, or it was someone who was validated their lap. But anyway, Ag the Gamer, he's also not on a lap. Andreas Sch is just invalidated. I can't ride on board with anyone without invalidating. This is
Let's go on board with last gen Newt at All right, then never mind. Because invalidated coming out at final corner to start his lap, so that's not ideal.
I'd appreciate anyone just to put it on, keep it between the white lines, to be honest.
See if Woolly Blobs is going to pull into pit lane here, just while there's a bit of a stalemate between all the laps. Let's see if he's going to go again, or if he's going to.
He hasn't got enough fuel.
He's not got enough fuel. Oh yeah, his indicator's flashing in it. Indicator.
Yeah, Josh Willie's going to the pit lane, and let's see if he's got enough time to get back out again.
Whoa, Jake. Indicator.
Yep. Aero secure. Right. At the moment, 32.145 is the benchmark, and that was his first lap in qualifying. So I reckon there's still a bit of time in that one for Josh Woolley. 2-time race winner. Out of the 2 races, I don't know what I was going to say there, but races that has ever been in the Pebbles Edge Championship. 100% win rate so far for Josh Woolley. Can he keep it like that? Heading into the Circuit of the Americas, we've got 13 people today, a few debutants, I'm pretty sure as well, in Aero Squid, and I don't know who else actually. I can't remember. True Loki got to know, innit, for this one. I'm sure you've seen his name though.
Yeah. His first time, I believe, he's joining us this championship, and he's currently up in P8. So let's see if he can improve on his race pace. It will very last minute, so I'm surprised he's even there, to be honest.
Yeah, see what it can do, True Loki. He's on his outlap as well for that final main push. Last Gen Newts. I think he's going to go again.
So yeah, let's ride on board with Last Gen Newt then. For probably his final flying lap. Would you like to take us through it?
Go on then. Here we go then. 11% gradient uphill. There we go. Blind crest into second gear and on the power once again. Flowing downhill. Now through the gears. Up 6th, and here we go. Let's cut the curbs without invalidating. Give him a bit of leeway. Nicely does it through turn number 6 there, and it's about a 10th up so far. Very tight line, I'd say, for turn number 8, but yes, kept it quite nicely. He pinned the throttle down for turn number 9, and as we head downhill to turn number 11, and here we go, flowing down to third gear. And nicely cuts the corner, nicely on the power. This looks pretty decent for Last Gen Newt so far in this middle sector. And I tell you what, 1.1 kilometres down this straight down to turn number 12. Last Gen Newt could be on for an absolute flyer here. And can he try and challenge? Maybe for the front row, at least try and get through on Venkus. He's gave the inside curb at turn number 12 a wide girth there. But as we head past turn number 12 and into turn number 13, he's 2 tenths up on his lap time. So has he got anything else left in the locker for this final sector? Double left-hander at turn number 15. And here we go into 16, 17 and 18 as we finally fly past the detection point, which will be crucial for the race. Into turn number 19, takes a lot of the curb and doesn't invalidate, keeps it between the white lines, only just though around turn number 20. DRS wide open, Last Gen Newt, he does put it into P3. It's close with him and Shadow, but it's just good enough to jump ahead of Venkus, and it was a great last lap dash there for the Kicksauber.
Yeah, Woolly Blobs has took the line, he's took the checkered flag, so Shadow, he's got an opportunity if he needs 3 attempts on Woolly Blobs to gain pole position from the V-carb. Anyone else behind him, True Loki, Isaiah Jarvis, Andrea, and Reese all on laps, but Shadow is the one to watch as he comes into now sector 3.
Let's here we go. Shadow cut a lot of the curb at turn number 12, but he's now a 10th and a half up in that middle sector and goes purple. As I don't think he was improving in the first sector, so probably still had a bit more time in it, to be honest. But Shadow, and into the final sector, needs to push his absolute everything if he wants to deny Josh Woolley pole position today. As we fly into the final 2 corners, the quick turn number 19, as we cut as much as we can now into the final corner at turn number 20. Slightly uphill as we go past the DRS zone and to the line we go, and it's close, but just not close enough. It's under a 10th, but Shadow takes the line and stays P2 and on the front row. But yet again here in the Purple Sector Championship, it's Josh Woolley who takes all purple sectors and takes pole position.
Yeah, lovely little laps there at the end from Shadow. But yeah, Woolly Blobs just controlling it once again, and only needed a couple of runs to get himself pole position. Can he make it a 3-peat? 3 out of 3 wins. But yeah, we've still got the race to decide that.
Absolutely. Josh Woolley, Shadow, Last Gen Newt, our top 3, Venkus and Larry rounding out that top 5 today. 13 drivers with us for round number 3. The grid does slowly keep growing throughout the championship. And if you want to join us, then head to the Grid Finder website and head to one of the featured pages and you'll definitely see the Purple Sector Championship branding. Make sure to click on and get involved for some fantastic prizes for the drivers as well. But yes, we'll get underway for this third race of the Purple Sector Championship with Josh Woolley, who will lead us away uphill at turn number 1.
Well, speaking of Grid Finder, I'll just play a little advert for you so you know what you've got on offer for you. So yeah, here's the advert for Grid Finder.
Here we go then. Round number 3. Josh Woolley on pole position as a safety car. Yeah, I mean, safety car.
Safety car.
We haven't started yet, mate. As the formation lap gets underway, Josh Woolley, Shadow, Last Gen Newt rounds around in that top 3 on the harder compounder tyres. Bit of Ted's tyre talk here. And yes, at the moment, let's see what happens. Reese has went for the softs. That's not going to happen. Just no. Not in this game.
You might want to make some positions up. Might be off foot 2, stop straight away.
Yeah, but it's not worth it. After lap 4, you will be on the worst tyre. And you won't make up enough places, get enough time on this game. I mean, we'll see what I can do, of course, but to be honest, I think that's a big, long shot on this game. Tyre wear is absolutely through the roof. Dirty air is at its absolute peak. Josh Woolley, Shadow and Last Gen Newt going for the hards. But I think overall the fastest strategy you can go for is definitely the medium hards. But yeah, Josh Woolley is the type of man to go long on the hards and finish on the mediums and still come out ridiculous if go long and have a free pit stop at the end somehow because he's just that quick. And Shadow joined as well, so yeah, keeps them two on the same strategy, the fastest two out there. And yes, everyone weaving, getting heats into those mediums or the hards. It's going very deep there. Is the Mercedes a true Loki god?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit of a split, probably 50-50 on strategy between hards and mediums. Maybe one more medium runner. But yeah, Woolley Bob's looking to control this race once again like he has done in the past 2 rounds. And leading the way on the formation lap race. As we said, looking to make up positions if he can on those soft compound tyres. Differential strategy to say the least. But yeah, Woolley Bob's is going to get us lined up and it's going to be pedal to the metal. That's not you, is it?
That's rude, that.
What's yours again?
You don't know what mine is? After all this time, we commentate with each other 3 times a week, Ben, and you don't know my
silence breaks and the battle begins in a very short
it's even in the
of time.
FZR intro.
Yeah, which is a great intro, by the way, so sure you check that out on YouTube, FZR Racing League on YouTube. Here we go.
Yeah, folks, round number 1 went to Josh Woolley. Round number 2 went to Josh Woolley. Can round number 3 be the exact same or Shadow gonna challenge and leave Josh Woolley in his own shadow? But here we go then as we get ready for this fantastic event here at the Circuit of the Americas. It's 5 red lights as the silence breaks and the battle begins. Shadow with a fantastic start straight to the inside line at turn number 1. The uphill left-hander, it goes in favour of Shadow, looking to the inside line. Venkus also pushing Josh Woolley wide. He's under pressure from Larry, who's also flying through. Last Gen Newt going side by side now with Josh Woolley. Oh, a bit of contact made with Harry Trey and Aero Squid. Both making contact, still keeping it out on track and being overtaken by Nate while doing so. But there we go once again. He did it in round number 2. And in round number 3, the exact same Josh Woolley dropped down to P4.
Absolutely. Shadow. Oh, what a start from him. As that's all he needed to do, get rid of Josh Woolley and just control this race out in P1. There's a horrible start on the hards for Woolley Bobs there as the Saubers are going side by side with the Ferrari.
Yeah, Nate's trying to... Well, Nate defended now as Harry Train made the move, and Harry Train also going for a move on last gen Nuke. He's got past the Ferrari. Now he's getting past his teammate down at turn number 12. Can he make it stick?
Oh, Mercedes.
Last gen Nuke now has the outside line as the Mercedes of True Loki God into the back of the pack and down to P13 now. And it's a big climb from here. But Venkus and Larry going side by side, and now a bit of contact between the pair, and that allows Larry to almost get inside of him there. But Venkus and Larry still side by side on the triple right-hander. And now into the final two corners. Shadow has already broke out of the DRS as we head on to lap number 2. Josh Woolley down to P4. Shadow into P1. Dream start for Shadow. Poor start for Josh Woolley. Venkus and Larry in between them both.
Yeah, Venkus nearly lost DRS to Shadow there, so it's a good job he's got that when the DRS comes for the back straight, as DRS is now enabled. But yeah, there we go. Woolley was looking to gain those positions back that he lost at the start. There's a couple swapping and changing towards the rear of the field. But yeah, penalties, time penalties are going to be a crucial factor as well in this race. It's so easy to pick them up like that. Woolley Bobs will have a warning there for track limits, and Nate already has a 3-second time penalty. What did I say? It's crucial you don't get one. It's absolutely crucial for your position.
Absolutely, I already saw hints of that in qualifying. The amount of invalidated lap times. You've got to play a bit more conservative in the race if you want to pick up. If you don't want to pick up those warnings and time penalties. And already Nate getting one on lap number 2. But Venkus putting our race leader Shadow under pressure. He's diving to the inside line. He's on the medium compound of tyres, so maybe wants to try and push on from race leader Shadow. And there goes Venkus into the race lead on the medium compound of tyres on lap number 2. And now can he try and push on, maybe try and gap Shadow, or is Shadow going to be stuck right on that rear wing of that McLaren? But still, 26 laps to go. Venkus, Shadow, Larry, Josh Woolley, last gen Newt, our top 5, and the DRS train still going all the way down to P9 with Isaiah Jarvis at the back of it.
Yeah, let's have a look then. Just on the tyre talk again, when do we think those mediums are going to stop? What we're saying, lap 12, lap 11. I did my Austria race for PSGL yesterday. Really struggling on tyre wear. It's so high this game. So yeah, 2-stop probably might be the favoured strategy. I'm pretty unsure though of tyre wear on this track. Have you commentated here?
It's a medium hard, and it'll be a 1-stop from around lap number 12 or 13 as Aero Squid and Harry Train going side by side into that first sector, and Aero Squid just pulling ahead of Harry Train. You don't want to be going side by side in that first sector at all, otherwise one is getting absolutely put into the wall. But yeah, just like I was saying, I'm guessing it will be a 1-stop either way, from a hard to medium or a medium hard. We've seen 2-stop before on different tracks, but overall every single track should consistently be a 1-stop, even if it does push the tyre wear slightly over its boundaries. Always a faster way of doing things, with grids being close. Shadow is coming back at Venkus, so down the inside at turn number 12 and pulls way ahead in that Williams, and yeah, does fly nicely in front of Venkus and on the harder compound tyres. Versus the mediums, Shadow still getting through.
Yeah, absolutely. A ding-dong battle as well between True Loki God and Andreas for P11. There's Haringas in P7 in the Sauber. Very close once again to Aero Squid. I think these two are going to be going at it all race if we continue on like this.
Yeah, absolutely. As they have lost that DRS as well to last gen Newts, and that could be their race for P5 over, as he's been able to gap with that DRS train. But these guys are going to be fighting once again as there we go, picking up a penalty is Aero Squid on lap number 4. Pushing that luck a bit too much. But here comes Nate on the route up to turn number 1. And still staying behind the kick. Sauber further behind True Loki God on Reese. He's making the move and is way ahead of the Alpine. And the Mercedes flies through up into that top 10. But so far, it's Shadow, Venkus, Larry, Josh Woolley, and last gen New Tower top 5 in that main DRS train. But the main battles here is looking like it's Aero Squid, Harry Train, and Nate with Isaiah Jarvis in that train as well for P6.
Yeah, let's have a look at the cinematic cam there. As you can see, 3-4 cars flying over that banked corner. As let's ride on board with Venkus here on the straight. He's got the DRS. He's got the battery usage if he needs it. Shadow's started flashing, so he's probably turned his battery off just to work with Venkus to pull away from the likes of Woolley Blobs, who's actually out of the DRS from Larry.
Yeah, that couldn't. I mean, it's all depending on this
Oh, there we
final
go.
sector for Joshua. He needs to push on. He has got into it at turn number 12. But yeah, it's all about the final sector now as there goes Nate and Isaiah Jarvis
Yeah,
battling
moment
there.
there
And
for him.
Nate's just letting them all through as well. He's not battling anyone as there goes Reese as well around the outside of the Ferrari. And I'm guessing he's going to let them Williams through too.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, dear.
just gave him a little shove there, just to let him know that I was coming past.
Yeah, nice one. As Nate is now pushing on again.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't know
really,
what he's doing.
not really sure unless he had a problem with his setup, with his wheel or something. I'm not sure. As Shadow and Venkus going side by side through turn 1, Shadow gets the move done, but that's going to invite Larry back well within that DRS range. If they didn't do that, they probably could have broke the DRS.
Yeah, absolutely. The gap around 7 and a bit tenth. And they need to try and break away, really. To keep the likes of Josh Woolley well and truly behind, as we know what pace he has in his locker. And yeah, at the moment, I'm guessing these guys out front are pushing relatively hard, especially Venkus, who is on the medium compound of tyre. And compared to Josh Woolley, he's probably going to be more laid back, just trying to not pick up any warnings in the early stages. But yeah, let's see what he does in the rest of this first stint. Quite a poor exit, though, from Josh Woolley, actually. On the exit of turn number 11, that could put him under pressure from last gen Newt if he carries on like that. But then, because he's going to come down the inside once again and make a nice and easy move as Shadow just lets him go down at turn number 12. Nate and Reese are going side by side as Nate does get back through on the Alpine there. As further up ahead, though, Harry Train and True Loki God going side by side.
Switchback.
And there goes True Loki God. And here comes Harry Train, though, with a bit of a switcheroonie. But no, cannot make it stick in the end. As there goes True Loki God. And he takes pack P8. And let's see where he can push on from here.
Yeah, just riding back on board with Shadow as these two front wing to rear wing. As yeah, they're looking to pull away from Larry, but Larry seems to have the pace to stay in the train, and Wooly Blobs just sitting in P4 at the moment, championship leader. 2 wins on the bounce. Can Wooly Blobs make it a third as Shadow is going for a send, but then he don't go for a send, then he went for a send and then he backed out again. So yeah, he needs to make his mind up if he wants to break away or try break away from Larry.
Yeah, absolutely. Gap around 8-10 for a second. Need to work with each other. Try and push on from here. I think Shadow might just have that extra bit of pace, but Venkus obviously does fly through with that DRS and can match his pace up front. But yeah, so far the gap around 7.5 per second. So Larry in P3. And I think Larry did get a podium last week as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He did manage to get on there for the first time, which is good to see.
Wooly's
But
close.
on the exit of turn number 11, Wooly Blobs, or Josh Woolley, is very, very close to the back of the Aston Martin of Larry. And he's flying to the inside line. And he's flying well and truly through. And Josh Woolley up into P3 and gets past Larry. Shadow gets past Venkus. And Josh Woolley around 1.2 seconds behind the front two, but easily closing in at turn number 12, under a second once again, and Josh Woolley might just be able to push on now as he gets past Larry in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, even if he stays like this, it's 3 podiums in 3 races, and 2 of them have been race wins as well, so fantastic start to the championship for Wooly Blobs, but there's plenty more action where that comes from, and if the grid expands, then I'm sure quicker drivers will be able to challenge him as well once we get to that 18, 19, 20 full grid driver races as well, so yeah.
Absolutely. And at the moment, main battle out on the track is for the race lead, with Shadow and Venkus swapping lap on lap, and Josh Woolley now joining the party. Larry also has been broken away from, as last gen Newt needs to try and get through if he wants to show some pace and try and get on the podium today in the Kick Sauber. And I'm pretty sure he's the other guy who's also new coming into this week in the Kick Sauber. If he could try and get that debut off with a bang up in P5. But at the moment, let's see as we head over the crest at turn number 10 once again. And Shadow leads the way from Venkus and Josh Woolley, who might just try and make a move once again on the exit of turn number 11 if he gets a good enough exit. But I don't think it'll be close enough this time around as Venkus might try and make a move once again on Shadow for the race lead with that DRS wide open. Let's see if he moves to the inside line, which he absolutely does, and flies past on Shadow. And there goes last gen Newt also on Larry, the inside line. Let's see if he can try and push on and maybe get in back in the DRS while he possibly can for the top 3. But yeah,
There we
last
go.
Gen Nu was behind all this long. Go on, then.
Yeah, back to the race lead. These guys ding-dong battling once again. Shadow tried the up and under there on that tricky left-hander. But yeah, he's just had to slot back into the slipstream of Venkus and follow him until the next straight.
Let's see. I want to see what Shadow has in his locker tomorrow. I feel like he does have more pace when Venkus gets in the race lead. I feel like he almost regrets it letting him through. But at the same time, I don't know. We haven't really seen him try and break away. But on the up to number 1, he gets the DRS wide open. Doesn't go for a move this time around on Venkus. So we'll wait till the back straight once again. And he can't afford any mistakes with Josh Woolley right in behind too. But yeah, so far, Venkus and Shadow in P1 and 2. Venkus' tyres will have definitely died out by now, and he will definitely be struggling compared to Shadow on lap number 7 on the medium compound, and it'll be around 4 laps till Venkus will come into the pit lane. Oh, that's a big one. Josh Woolley takes his first penalty of the session, and it's 3 seconds of Josh Woolley that'll be added on at the end of the race. And let's see if Venkus and Shadow also get one. Well, that could be it for the race win for Josh Woolley right there. Let's see.
Yeah, that's very early on. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties, and someone, Andreas, has got a 9-second time penalty. So that just shows you how tricky, especially Sector 1 is for that track limits. Any loss in concentration, and you'll be out over the white line and pick yourself up a warning, and those penalties can easily be stacked.
Yeah, so it's absolutely everywhere on this track. Sector 1, obviously, every single corner. Through Sector 1, you can cut the corner and go slightly wide. Then you've also got
final corner.
Potentially, yeah, you've got the final corner. Then you've got the penultimate corner, turn number 19. If you went a bit too deep there, you've got turn number 12. You can cut the inside or you can cut the outside. Well, go wide. Then, as far as I think that's it. But maybe turn number 15. You can try and cut that one or go wide. As further back, we've got Aero Squid and True Loki God side by side. Oh, we're cutting him round the outside. It's True Loki God is in the background. Nate Sen spinning with battling with Harry Train, but there go True Loki God making a move at turn number 19. You don't see many moves through there, but yeah, nicely done by True Loki God. But here comes back Aero Squid. But I think crucially that's going to allow.
Jarvis.
Jarvis also going for a move on True Loki God. Both FZ are competitors, and at the moment running around the outside is True Loki God on his Isaiah Jarvis. Still running side by side. Isaiah Jarvis just has to let him go. But yeah, crucially now True Loki God will have the DRS. Follow back straight down to turn number 12, so he might just be able to make a move down there.
Yeah, absolutely. I might have to cut back up to the front 3 as we're back on the back straight. Is there going to be a move from Venkus? He's using that battery. He's got the DRS. If he gets past him here, that just shows how powerful DRS is. He's switched off the battery, so he's not going to go for the move. So back to 6th and below. Aero Squid, True Loki God and Isaiah Jarvis. I'm sure there's going to be a move here.
Yeah, let's see. 1.1 kilometres down this straight. In that slipstream, gets the DRS wide open. He is recharging the battery, to be honest, so maybe not going for a move this time around. And just staying behind his True Loki God. As yeah, he does just stay behind his rival Aero Squid, who stays in P6 this time around then.
Yeah, Isaiah Jarvis, he's just lining up a move here on True Loki God. He's just waiting to see if he makes a mistake. He's trying the up and under to see if he can get a switch back on any corner, but unfortunately not able to do so. But yeah, back up to the front as actually Andreas and AG going side by side here. This is tricky. Here we go.
Absolutely. So far, name back in there is Andrea. Stays ahead of Adge the Gamer, and at the moment Isaiah Jarvis right on the rear of True Loki God on the route up to turn number 1, and this time around still too far back to make a move. And let's see if he tries it down the back straight, maybe making it 3 wide with Aero Squid as well, as True Loki God has actually dropped out of that DRS. And you think True Loki God by now will have the better grip as well. So yeah, I think he's just struggling for race pace here.
Yeah, just a quick look and refresher on tyres for those watching the stream. So Shadow on the hards looking very, very strong out front. Venkus on the mediums, those will definitely start to fall off very soon if they haven't already. Blue Blobs and Last Gen Nu also on the hards as well, so they'll be coming into fruition over the mediums right about probably now, or if it's not already happened.
Absolutely. Now has True Loki God got DRS? I don't think he has, so there comes Isaiah Jarvis on the medium compound tyres. He gets a DRS wide open. Oh, I did nearly through before he gets a DRS wide open. And leaves Truoki God in the absolute dust. And Isaiah Jarvis gets up for P7. Now can push on and try and get Aero Squid on track as well. Still yet to get a penalty, Isaiah Jarvis. We could be on for a good race result here.
Yep, absolutely. 6'10 separates P2 to P1. 6'10 separates P3 to P2. But here we go. Back again for lap 11 of 28. These three. I think that's the podium set. But there's a long way to go. A lot more racing to go. And that Wooly Blob's 3-second time penalty. Is he going to be able to pull that extra second from last gen new come the end of this race?
Yeah, I don't think we should. Oh, I've just seen Isaiah Jarvis absolutely lose the race, and there goes Truoki God on the exit to number 20. But yeah, I don't think we should count out last gen Nuke to get on the podium at least today. He's on the harder compound tyres, so we'll go long, and on the same strategy as Josh Woolley and Shadow. I think really it's about what Venkers can do. Isaiah Jarvis does get back through on Truoki God. But yeah, last gen new, the gap was around 2 seconds when he made a move on Larry. He's kept it around the 1.8 mark ever since. It's been fluctuating between 1.6 and not. As that's Venkers who, yeah, he's lost DRS, and now Josh Woolley is going to be right on the rear when he gets the rear wing open. As yes, he did. He must. Oh no, he has got the DRS closed as Venkers. So he didn't get DRS on that lap. Oh, did you see he had?
Yeah, it zeroed open for me.
That's strange.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Wooly Blobs!
He's gone round, and that's a championship leader, 2-time race winner Josh Woolley, spinning at turn number 13, and that is a critical mistake there. And I did not think I'd be seeing that this race. And I tell you what, surely it's going to be a new race winner for the Purple Sector Championship, as Josh Woolley, the three-peat, is. I mean, the chances eradicated. He got a 3-second time penalty. I thought maybe he was just chilling out back, you know, saving a bit of tyres. But no, gets a 3-second time penalty. And now sent spinning at turn 13 and 14. And that could be a big, big opportunity for last gen new Venkers in Shadow to battle this one out for the first ever race win in the Purple Sector Championship and deny it from the 2-time race winner Josh Woolley. And that is a critical mistake. On that number 12, he's now 4 seconds behind Larry in P5.
Yeah, it's a shame. Big shame. But he could still be on for a decent result. Still P5. The championship leader will probably still be the championship leader from the end of this race, despite probably where he finishes. Even if he finishes out the points, those two wins set him for a strong start to the championship. So Wooly Blob's just got to keep his head down now and not rack up those penalties.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's all about now getting your head down, trying to get past Larry as well, because P4 could definitely be on if he's got the pace. And let's see when the medium runners come into pit as well and what the strategy comes into favour, what driver. But yeah, Texas, it is quite tricky on the tyres overall. And yeah, track opened in 2012, and on October 21st was the first ever F1 race here in Kota. And I'll tell you what, track that's so fantastic for action in the esports ranks, and very good for close racing. But at the moment, everyone has separated up as Venkers comes into the pit lane on lap number 12, as predicted for myself. Perfect. Nice one, me.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's have a look. Venkers going onto the hard compound tyres. Going to go straight to the end on that one. And your prediction coming true. One stop race from everyone here today. As Larry in the pit lane as well. Going from mediums to the hards. Venkers, where's he going to come out? He's going to come out ahead of the Haas. It's going to be close, actually. It's going to be side by side.
This is very close. As there goes Aero Squid. He's challenging around the outside. Can he try and hold it around the outside? There's no, just Venkers who just slightly nags through on the Haas. And it was very close, very nip and tuck between the pair. Tried it round the outside, but Aero Squid just has to stay behind this time round. And Venkers, when he gets the tyres up to temperature, is going to fly away from the Haas driver there.
Yeah, he's done well as well. No penalties just yet. I'm not sure how many warnings he is on the McLaren, but yeah, Shadow, Last Gen New and Venkers all clean of those time penalties that we've seen so many of so far. But it is a very tricky circuit, as we've been saying. As there we go, another one. Isaiah Jarvis, as we said earlier, not picked one up yet, but there we go. Isaiah Jarvis, 3-second time penalty for track limits.
Yeah, he just came out of the pit lane as well, so would have just been getting those tyres up to temperature and getting used to those harder compounder tyres, and that's what can get you. And yeah, that's a 3-second time penalty for Isaiah Jarvis. Shadow leads the way out front, and the top three still on the harder compounder tyres. 12 laps into this race, we'll be going to the mediums at the end. And now Venkus, it's all about how much he can undercut these guys, and that gap is going to be critical when the other guys go into the pit lane. The gap is around 19.8 seconds. Got a lot of clean air to feed into Josh Woolley. He's going to the pit early, and we're going to mediums for around 14 laps, and they're going to be dead come the end of the race, Ben.
Yeah, they are, as Woolley blobs now, into the pit lane. Yeah, that is a long way to go on mediums.
I think it's doable, but only just. I mean, the puncture territory by the end, definitely for Josh Woolley. But I mean, he's definitely got to go for something different. But I'd rather be Venkus right now compared to going to mediums at this stage. But yeah, lap 14 out of 28. Venkus around 19.2 seconds behind the leader, and that gap flying down. 13 lap old hards versus 1 lap old hards.
Oh, nice move there from the Sauber, sorry. That's a great move from Haringas into turn 1.
As he gets past Ag the Gamer at turn number 1 there, just before that first sector. S's as Ag the Gamer also gets a 3-second time penalty. There's also there is Reese getting overtaken
Nate's
by
round.
AG the Gamer. What's happened to Nate then?
I'm not sure, I just saw him yellow flag on the track, and Nate looks like he's spun on the exit of the S's, and that's him down all the way to P13. That's the last for Nate in the race.
Absolutely, and without a pit stop as well, Isaiah Jarvis has already pitted, so he's lost a full pit stop to Aston Martin, and race over for Nate down P13, and there is Aero Squid, and Andrea down the inside goes Aero Squid on the Williams. Oh, and nearly losing the rears on the exit of turn number 12 is Andrea in the Williams, and there goes Harry Train also following suit after that mistake from the Williams, and Harry Train through on Andreas and Aero Squid up into P7. Isaiah Jarvis also making a move. Venkus up to P2 as Last Gen Newt comes into the pit lane for the set of medium compounder tyres. He's massively cut the exit there, but we'll let him off. Down up to turn number 1 once again, and he's got 13 laps on those tyres. Will make the end, but yeah, like I said, there'll be toast by the end of these 28 laps and end of this 13 lap stint.
Yeah, as they're going at it again, Aero Squid and Haringas, they've got both off at turn 1. Nate, 10 seconds of speed in the pit lane as he was silent from the race after that spin. Unfortunately for Nate, that was his race done and dusted really after that spin on the exit of sector 1, I believe it was. But yeah, Haringas and Aero Squid going at it, Alpha level.
Yeah, as we go on the exit of turn number 7, 8 and 9, above 10 and down to 11, right in the slipstream. As Venkus 17 seconds now behind Shadow, and that battle will be nice and easy. Surely as Venkus will get through with a big undercut there. As further behind, I think Reese, Isaiah Jarvis and Ag the Game are going to line up for a little tasty battle down to turn number 12. First we'll round on board with these two though. Down to turn number 12, and Harry Train just has to stay behind this time around on Aero Squid. And there goes AG the Gamer on Isaiah Jarvis, flies to the inside line, and Isaiah Jarvis just has to give way, looking to the inside line at turn number 13, forcing AG to cover the inside, but there goes the McLaren once again as Aero Squid and Harry Train going side by side at turn number 15 at the double left-hander, and there is Aero Squid still out in front, and Harry Train still looking to try and put the nose in on that kick Sauber as Josh Woolley sets the fastest lap of the race.
Yes, he does. So I'm just replying to some people that tier 2 race in the Discord as AG the Gamer into the pits. True Loki God as well. And let's go back up. Who shall I go back up to? These two again through turn 1.
Outside line for Harry Train, and now outside line swapped to Aero Squid, but in sector 1, who does not go into 1, and Aero Squid just stays in P6. And yeah, it's so close between these guys, but Harry Train just cannot get close enough down at turn number 12 there. As Venkus leads the way, the gap 1.8 seconds. He's done 3 laps on those hards. Shadow's done 0 laps on the mediums and half a lap, and he's 2 seconds back. So yes, at the moment, it's looking like Shadow will close in, maybe try and make a move, but in the long run, Venkus could still have it in the bag. Be a tasty battle for the remainder of these 12 laps.
Yes, he could. Is he gaining on Venkus? There's let's look at the tyre differential there. Completely fresh mediums compared to those 3 off-bold hards. He needs to catch him quick just to make use, best use of those mediums. As Haringas and Aerosquid still, what did we say? We said these will be battling until the final lap. It's lap 17 out of 28 now, and they're still going at it.
Absolutely, and Mariscos, or whatever you call it, Mariscos. It's like fish in Spanish, but Harry Train. What's Mariscos?
I don't know. I don't really want to know.
It's summit. It's summit.
Let's
If you
hope
know
for your
Spanish in the
sake.
chat, what is Mariscos in Spanish? Because I know it's summit food.
He's caught him.
But anyway,
He's in the DRS Shadow.
He's already in the DRS. His Shadow on 3-lap differential tyres, and on the medium compound tyres, Shadow can fly through and needs to take the advantage as much as he possibly can on the mediums in the early stages to try and get through. And very pinned on the throttle of turn number 11. And in the DRS, in the Williams, in the slipstream of the McLaren, pulls to the inside line and pulls into the race lead once again. Does Shadow. Venkus, can he try and fight back? Right now he cannot, but I think we'll be looking for, around the lap 23 mark, where maybe tyre wear might favour the likes of Venkus instead of Shadow. But still, long way to go till there. Can Shadow push on and create a gap between the pairing, and can Shadow take his first win of the Purple Sector Championship season?
Ideally, he needs to push through the next couple of corners and just break that DRS straight away. So Venkus does not have a chance. You can see 8 tenths already. It's going to probably go to 9 tenths, maybe even a second come the end of this corner. Has he done it? There he is, but he's got the DRS as Venkus, so he just needs to make sure he uses that battery well and is in that 1 second window for the dissection point for the back straight. So that'll be crucial.
Yeah, went slightly deep into turn 1 as well, but it's all about his first sector now. I'm pinning it around turn number 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And at the moment you can see that extra bit of grip, and at the moment taking as much curve as he needs, and he's already above a second as we fly into sector 2. The gap 1.1 seconds as we fly past the detection point. He is well clear of DRS of Venkus down in P2 there.
Yeah, so Shadow now just got to control, manage his tyres, make sure Venkus does not get back within that 1 second window, and Shadow should be on course for a race win here. Andreas has left the session. He needs to make sure he don't pick up any more time penalties, because the 24-second probably is close to disqualification.
Absolutely.
True lucky God.
24 seconds, crazy. But anyway, True Lucky God and Isaiah Jarvis, these two very, very close as we head into the hairpin at turn number 11. And a nice exit from True Lucky God. Surely going to make a move, already 3 tenths back and gaining on the straight before he gets to DRS Open. But as he gets to DRS Open, pulls to the inside line and pulls well and truly ahead of the Aston Martin of Isaiah Jarvis and both the FZR drivers. And this time it's True Lucky God who comes out just ahead in P8, and now he's 5.1 behind Harry Train. And try and maybe catch him. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 24 seconds of penalties for Andreas down in P11. Bit of a nightmare. And yeah, like you said, maybe close to disqualification, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. Venkus got very, very close back to the DRS there. It was like 1.1, I believe. But yeah, he's just extended that through Sector 1 as well. So if Venkus can keep this gap, come what, lap 25, he should be back in the DRS.
Absolutely. It's all about maintaining around under 2 seconds. And yeah, the tyre wear will go into Venkus' favour for the final few laps. Last Gen Newt, however, is right on the back of Venkus. And that's one thing we need to look out for, as Last Gen Newt will look to try and get through and maybe gap Venkus as well. But when he gets the DRS wide open, he's going to gain on Venkus. But I just don't think Last Gen Newt will find enough pace to get through.
I don't know. Let's have a look. Just with that DRS, that is going to be the decisive factor. He needs to slingshot past Venkus into the DRS of Shadow as 3-second time penalty. That's going to kill his race. He just needs to hope that these two get one ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Woolley still behind Larry. He has caught up and is around the DRS area of the Aston Martin, but Last Gen Newt has closed up within this final sector, just under 0.6 of a second to Venkus in P2 as he gets that rearing open, gets the extra 16 kilometers per hour of extra speed as we go up the hill. 11% gradient here to the blind left-hander. The gap 0.4 of a second as Venkus slightly being dropped a little bit more. Shadow pushes on. Last Gen Newt, this is chance now on that number 20.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to clear him because that gap is extended by over a second now since the last lap. So Venkus needs to let Last Gen Newt in. He needs to slingshot him ahead, and then they need to work together to catch back up with Shadow when the tyres even out.
Yeah, absolutely. On the route downhill then to turn number 11. And nicely in the slipstream as we head into the braking zone. Needs a good exit here, does Last Gen Newt. The slingshot that Kick Sauber above the McLaren. And I know Kick Sauber's been pretty decent in the last few weeks, but who thought it'd be fighting McLaren? DRS wide open as we head in the slipstream and to the inside line. And he does fly through on Venkus and now can maybe try and chase Shadow and maybe try and pull away from Venkus as well to break 3 seconds. But at the moment, Shadow 2.7 seconds clear. Last Gen Newt in P2 with a 3-second time penalty, and Venkus retaining that final place on the podium provisionally and without any penalties applied. But yeah, 8 laps to go. Shadow looking like maybe a new race winner in Purple Sector Championship.
Yeah, absolutely does. He's about to start lap 21 out of 28, and he's only got a 3-second window, so if anything was to happen for track limits, he's got that 3-second buffer as well. But as we keep saying, those tyres will even out Venkus on the hard, so his tyres will come into fruition towards the final few laps of this race over the mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. And mediums for Last Gen Newt and Shadow. And yeah, let's see what happens to Venkus's hards then when we get into the final stages. Josh Woolley is right on the rear of Larry in P4 as well. The gap around 0.4 of a second. And yeah, let's see what's on the horizon for Josh Woolley. Let's see what scraps he can pick up. And at the moment, it's going to be interesting to see. He can close off enough to try and make a move down past turn number 11 and way before the DRS zone. But at the moment, Larry under pressure. And can Josh Woolley maybe gap Larry by around 3 seconds? As here we go with Larry. Gets the DRS wide open in a few moments' time to maybe fly through on Larry.
Yep, we'll ride on board with Josh Woolley, also known as Woolley Blobs on my screen. He ain't got a lot of battery, so he needs to make the move under braking on Larry. A little bit of contact, and Larry's going to try and hang it round the outside while Woolley Blobs takes the inside, but Woolley Blobs just gets the move done and slams that door shut on Larry.
Absolutely. Nice work there for Mr. Josh Woolley himself. And yeah, that could be crucial. Try and break that DRS, but yeah, only time will tell on how that one will go. But at the moment, Josh Woolley is through as Aero Squid takes a 3-second time penalty, and that's his second, and that matches Harry Train as well as they're going side by side as I just say this. As we go into turn number 15, Harry Train just pulling ahead once again. Aeros, and that's very close on the exit and making to the inside line once again. It's still very close as Aero Squid makes the move on a triple apex right-hander, and Aero Squid just gets ahead.
He does, and Larry is very close to Woolley Blobs. He's stuck with him. Let's ride on board though with Venkus as he's about to come onto the back straight. Is he going to be able to be close enough to make a move on Last Gen Newt? I don't think so, and that gap out front from P2 for Shadow has extended out to 4 seconds.
It absolutely has, and he's absolutely wandering off in the distance. Venkus still in that DRS of Last Gen Newt, and now the swap over in the favoured tyres might be around this period, to be honest. 7 laps on the mediums, 9 laps on the hards. It'll be very equal when we're heading to the last. Oh, it's going to the inside line already. It's Venkus very late on the brakes, bit of a lock up on the inside left. And just stays behind, but that could have been very close, and that could have been a crash almost there between the pair. But at the moment, I think Venkus's tyres might be more favoured than last gen Newts, and now needs to try and fly through. If he wants to contend for the win, at least, if Shadow does die out on his pace, needs to get through on last gen Newt. But if he wants to try and just protect his P2, might be crucial to make this move early doors. But yeah, very close between the pair. Favoured tyres looking to be the hard in this stage, but still the gap out front, 4.2 seconds, and Shadow still coasting away in the distance. Let's see if Venkus can try and make the move and close that gap.
Yeah, he's a lot closer this lap, even to turn 1, so Venka's probably just going to stick with him very close. Dirty air, though, is a problem in this game, so that he might lose a little bit through the S's. But yeah, he needs to start making the move if he wants to close back up on Shadow at all. But Shadow's looking locked for this race.
Absolutely. Let's see what's happened then. And yes, absolutely at the moment. Let's see how Venkus can do on these harder compound tyres. He's not really gapping too much his Shadow on last gen new. It's about 2/10 in the last lap or so. So yeah, it's kind of halted and stagnated at the moment as True Loki God has retired in the pit lane in the Mercedes. I'm not sure why, he was still winning the points there. So yeah, that's True Loki God's race over. Venkus gets the DRS wide open. Not close enough at turn number 12 to make a move unless he uses a lot of battery. But yeah, once again, 7/10 is a lot on that straight, and Venkus once again stuck behind last gen Newt as we head on to lap number 23.
Yeah, Larry is going to make a move on Wooly Bob's under braking. Not quite close enough. But yeah, let's look back at Venkus as this is the main battle for P2. But he should get the place anyway with the penalty. But you never know, anything could happen in the final few laps. Shadow about to start lap 24 out of 28.
Absolutely 4 laps to go, and Shadow looking to write his name alongside the only other race winner in the Purple Sector Championships, which is Josh Woolley, who has taken 2 wins out of 2 races. And in this 3rd race, that win is going to go somebody else, and is it going to be Venkus or Shadow? Looking like it's going to go Shadow, as last gen Newt is in between with that penalty, and yeah, just halting any progress Venkus can make. But at the moment, Larry right behind a struggling Josh Woolley here at Coty. He took pole by some margin, but in this race, he's just coasted off in the distance as Shadow, as that pace has just faded away in the race for Josh Woolley after that spin. And yeah, just not had it in his locker today like he has in the past 2 races. He's been dominant, but yeah, Josh Woolley's just not exactly been there. Now Larry going to put him under pressure, and impressive not to get a penalty for Larry, Venkus and Shadow, so fair plays to the 3 drivers there. But yeah, still 4 laps to go. Keep it between the white lines, and Larry should take P4.
Yeah, just checking in on Tier 2 as well. We have got a full grid for that race as well, so absolutely buzzing with that one. No stream, unfortunately, this week. But here we go. Let's focus on the final few laps of the Purple Sector Championship. Commentary brought to you by FCDR. Reminder, if you'd like to join the Purple Sector Championship and race in races like this, get the attendance up a little bit and race for some prizes. Completely free entry. Just head to gridfinder.com and it should be on the featured page, or if you can't find it there, just search for the Purple Sector Championship. You can follow the simple sign-up process and get yourself involved in these races for some prizes for free. Why wouldn't you?
No reason not to, Ben. Absolutely no reason not to.
Cash prizes as well. Yeah, cash prizes and some sim racing gloves for the top 5, I believe. Top 3 get the cash prizes, top 5 in the championship. Drivers' Championship, that is, get the sim racing gloves.
Car racing, you get someone else to commentate, because I want some prizes.
You want some prizes?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll work on it.
We'll work on it, what does that mean?
I mean,
You're going to give me a lollipop or something? Alright, yeah, nice one. Larry, Josh Woolley. My prize is playing Rocket League with Ben after this, isn't it? That's the prize.
Well, I'm watching Oasis first.
Yeah, I believe.
That's on in 10 minutes, so I hope this finishes within 10 minutes. Should do.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shadow might be able to do 3 laps in 10 minutes. I'm not sure.
Hopefully.
You never know.
Might come out early though, you know what I mean? I've got some dodgy stream on Twitter. Am I allowed to say that?
No.
I've got a stream on Twitter.
I mean, he's got a dodgy box.
He's got a dodgy box, and Venkus ain't got a dodgy black box because he's got made the move.
Venkus has got better tyres, and last gen Nukes has got a bit dodgy as he gets the recharge on, and Venkus might be able to go to.
Ooh.
Because I love one into there, but no, just not late enough on the brakes, and the gap out front fading away, and Shadow is leaving everybody else in his shadow and is about to take his first race win. And Last Gen Newt still defending Venkus, hoping for something to happen for him to wiggle him out of the 3 seconds. Harry Train and Aero Squid
going side by side.
Going side by side. Whoa! We're going to go for a switchback, but it is rear tyres there.
Yeah, there's there's another stream on there. Nice one. Sorry, just looking, just having a look. But here we go. P3 separated from P2 by 0.3 of a second. Aero Squid and Haringas for P6 in this race. Aero Squid has got a 6-second time penalty, but Haringas has got 9. So if Aero Squid just keeps it on track, it should be good. As what's that? Aglegamer. Oh no.
Silly man. Didn't lose any positions though, because he's literally fighting with oxygen at the moment. By himself down in P9. Reese might be able to put a bit of pressure on if he carries on spinning, but no. He's about 7.8 behind, and Reese will probably take P10 in the end today. But Venkus, DRS wide open as he dives to the inside line on Last Gen Newt. And it's very close to seeing the pair going for a bit of a switchback. Is Last Gen Newt, but 11 lap old mediums, 13 lap old hards. I'd rather be on the hards at this stage. And Venkus with an extra tiny bit more grip gets through. And Last Gen Newt might just have to settle for P3 today. And let's see what pace Venkus has in the remaining 2.5 laps. But yeah, back to go on to the penultimate lap. And Shadow is about to lead it. And I'm sure he's going to lead us across the line unless he bonks it in the wall.
Yep, control dominant, just like we've seen from Wooly Blobs in the past 2 rounds, but this time it's Shadow in the Williams, and he's going to claim his first race win in the Purple Sector Championship, the second race winner of this season out of 3 rounds, and he's definitely going to be challenging for that championship. Still a decent result though for Wooly Blobs. He's going to come across the line in P5 if all stays the same with his penalty. But yeah, Larry looking to make a move on track maybe as well, just in case.
Absolutely, and yeah, I think Larry would want to really get through here, but I mean, what a race it's been for Shadow today. He's done exactly what he needs to take this race win on this penultimate lap of racing. Just don't get a penalty, otherwise you might put a bit of pressure on yourself if Venkus does put a foot down, you know, and try and catch up. And also Larry as well, another driver who just needs to keep it between the white lines, and he can take P4 away from championship leader Josh Woolley, and the only winner in the championship so far, which is about to change in around 8 kilometres time.
Yeah, absolutely is Mr. Bagon. So Ringas gets another 3-second time, so it's up to 12 seconds, so that is definitely Aero Squid making the move on him, and for P6 Larry closing in on Wooly Blobs as well on track, 4 seconds behind at the braking zone. But yeah, Shadow is about to start the final flying lap, and there's 5 minutes for me until we're gonna have to end the stream very quickly, Alex. I do apologise, but
I'm gonna take my time on the outro.
No, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But yeah, final lap, Mr. Bagnall. Final lap.
Yeah, it is indeed, and Last Gen Newt has been dropped away from Shadow. I mean, from Venkus. I mean, both of them.
Venga boys.
Right. Larry, Josh Woolley, might just go a bit of argy-bargy on final lap here. I'd like to see that, please, lads. Let's keep it clean, though. It's up to turn number 1. Larry in the slipstream DRS. Oh,
he's gone for it.
It's a late lunge down to turn number 1 on Josh Woolley, championship leader, and that is Larry, who does make the move in the end. It's a lovely move, lovely dive, controlled and precise to the blind left-hander. Nice move there, Larry, mate. Good to see. But, however, Josh Woolley will get the DRS down to turn number 12 if he keeps it right in this first sector then.
He absolutely will, and that's him over track limits once again, so he just needs to make sure he doesn't get another penalty. Larry is going to claim this anyway on the countback of penalties, but yeah, he's lost a couple of temps as well. Wooly Blobs on Larry, about 7 temps just on the exit of the previous corner. But Shadow, end of the straight now, and he is going to claim the his first win. Aero Squid with another penalty as well. Let's just make sure if Woolley can get past Larry on track. I don't think he is. He's used all his battery. So over to you, Mr. Bagnall. Shadow, absolute dominance today.
Yeah, round 1 it went to Josh Woolley. Round 2 it went to Josh Woolley. But there's been a little silhouette in the background that's been growing and growing. And today, here at the Circuit of the Americas in the championship, Josh Willie might just want to watch that silhouette as it grows as we head into round number 4. As here we go then, Shadow, the first of a winner. He crosses the line and wins in Kota. And it's a first win from any other driver apart from Josh Willie, and Shadow masters it here in Texas. What a win, what a drive. Shadow takes the win.
He absolutely does. Larry's going to come across the line in P4. Got a podium last week, just misses out on one today in P4. Wooly Blob's P5, decent recovery, decent points in the end. Aringas and Aerosquid is going to take the position due to penalties, as it's been a penalty full race, but it's a very tricky track for track limits. But here we go, Aerosquid is going to take P6, and Haringas is going to take P7. And then across the line here, Isaiah Jar is going to take P8. The Game is going all over the grass here in P9. Just hang on, it's going to be close between Reese and the Game here.
We'll have a look.
He's got him.
He's absolutely gaining loads.
He's crashed.
Absolutely.
Who's crashed?
Oh.
Willie Bob's
what?
left. He's left the session, so that will be reinstated.
Right. Same for last gen Newt as well.
Yeah. There we go.
But it's alright, we'll get reinstated the position, it's all good. But yes, that is it then, folks. The first ever race winner here at the Circuit of the Americas. Quite a neutral, quite a, I don't want to say boring, but it was overall. Not much happening there, apart from the two midfield absolutely going hammer and ton every race. But that Lithuanian one too, that's nice to see, isn't it?
Lovely. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am going to have to shoot off because they are on stage in 2 minutes. So thank you very, very much for watching. Reminder, you can join the Gridfinder Purple Sector Championship if you wish to do so on gridfinder.com. Just search for the Purple Sector Championship, or it should be on the featured page, and you can sign up to win some prizes completely free of entry. Mr. Bagnall, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you all next week, won't we, guys?
See you later, guys.